Hey everybody, this is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you so much for watching the AIWF Network YouTube channel as well as the AIWF Ringside Wrestling channel. If you like what you see, please do us a big favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications every time we post new videos on both our channels. It means a lot to us, and thanks a lot for watching once again.
The following event is a professional wrestling exhibition performed by professionally trained athletes. Do not try this at home.
Good morning, Uprisers. Welcome to another episode of UPW Uprising. I'm Jesse Weaver, and I'm joined by none other than UPW Hall of Famer Vito Von Guido.
What's happening, Jesse?
How's it going, brother? Good to have you with us
Good to be
for
back.
this day, Summer Sizzler 2024. Adrenaline is upon us. It's got me heat flustered. Sorry about that pause there, but it's going to be one tonight, folks. We've got some great action lined up for you, and if you have not gotten your tickets yet, tickets can be purchased at upwuprising.com, or you can get your tickets at the door at the Max Entertainment Center in Iron Mountain, Michigan. Vito, before we get into breaking down all of our matches today, let's take everybody back to what UPW Heavyweight Champion Samson had to say, and here are those words from the champion.
August 3rd, UPW returns to Iron Mountain, Michigan at the Max on Aragon Street. But this time they tell me they don't have a match for me. They can't find a match for the UPW Heavyweight Champion. So I figure I'd take things into my own hands and issue an open challenge for the thing that I cherish most in this entire world, my UPW Heavyweight Championship. So this is your chance, all you indie darlings, all you wannabes, and all you has-beens. This is your chance to step up to the plate. But if you decide to come up and make that challenge, make sure you come and you come ready, because Samson fears no man. See you on August 3rd.
All right, you heard it there from the champ, and we have also heard that there is a lot more to that story, more to come based off of what we just heard. Wow, talk about a straight shakeup, man. But with no further ado, let's dissect these matches for tonight, Vito. First one on the docket we're going to do is Judge Jesse versus Melvin Hayes. Now, both of these men, Judge Jesse is still on a vengeance tour. He was wronged at Marquette Mania 2.
In his mind.
Yeah, in his mind. A man being with the legal prowess as he has, you would have thought he would have read the contract for the good as gold contract, but not in these days, I guess. I guess he didn't pay his retainer to his lawyer, and that's why he's in the predicament that he's in.
Right on.
But Melvin Hayes, coming off of a pretty significant victory at Marquette Mania 2, and a pretty good outing at International Incident. So this should be a very good contest. Both guys are hungry, wanting to get back on top of the mountain. I'll let you go off first, Vito. Who you got for this matchup?
Well, the way I look at these two gentlemen, Melvin Hayes, he's a local favorite. He's from Iron Mountain, so he's right around the corner from the Max Entertainment Center. He's always had the crowd behind him, and he feeds off it. Love the dude. He's also he's a good-sized character. He's a good 6'4".
Yeah.
Takes care of himself. He's got that claw. Judge, I'll give him that he's wily, but he's a little bit older. He's a little bit smaller, and I always go with the big dude. So I'm going with Melvin, and it may be scrappy for a while, but I think he takes the Duke and does it pretty easily.
All right. Vito has Melvin Hayes pegged down. I'm going to have to second that. I think Judge Jesse's just got his mind wrapped around what happened to him at Marquette Mania 2. I really don't know what place Jesse is at this moment in time. We haven't really heard from him since Marquette Mania 2. So yeah, I'm going to go with Melvin Hayes on this one. So we pick Iron Mountain's own Melvin Hayes for that. So that brings us to our next matchup, which is Akuma versus BJ Allen. We've seen both of these guys. BJ Allen, of course, young buck, up and coming, hungry, strong as an ox. And then we have Akuma, mysterious. We really don't know a lot about this guy other than he is a force to be reckoned with. He's starting to build some steam here in UPW. I'll let you give your predictions on this one again.
Yeah, I like the way you sized it up. BJ's been with UPW probably upwards of a year. He is a powerhouse. He's built like a brick shit house, and he can deliver some pounding. He's still green, but he's gaining that experience. Kuma's only been with us since Marquette Mania 2.
Yeah.
He was in the Royal. He had his first match on 6/22 at Iron Mountain. So he's an unknown for us. But man, do I dig that Asiatic spike and the mist that he somehow shoots out of his mouth at his opponents. And I think that unpredictability is tough to go against. So I'm going with Akuma.
Okay, you're going with Akuma. I think you coined the phrase, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. So I'm going to have to go against the grain here. BJ Allen's got a lot of fight in him, and he's a very hungry dog. And I don't know, maybe the mist gets him, maybe that spike gets him, but I just got to give it. I got to give it where I think it's going to go, and I think BJ Allen's going to get this one.
Well, I'll take credit for that quote, though I doubt it was me, but I appreciate you.
No problem. I'm always trying to throw a bone where I can. You want to dial up the next one for us, sir?
Well, the next match is two big beasts going at each other again. So this is Onyx Andretti and Tully Bertarelli. These guys on 6/22 went pillar to post. And it was a battle of behemoths, and it was a slobber knocker. And those guys were started inside the ring, but a lot of the action was outside of the ring, and it ended up being a double countout.
Yeah.
And the back boys from the back needed to come and separate them, and they sort of did a job, and then they got back together, and then they got separated again. What was most exciting for me about that match was the crowd's reaction, the let them fight reaction. And that chant, goosebumps, I agree. Second when they chant UPW. But that let them fight, we're bringing them back to let them fight. So these two boys are going to go at it again, and I'm expecting much of the same. I'm expecting that these two guys are going to be slapping meat, as Samson always talks about it, and digging deep and representing. So, I'm going with Onyx. But frankly, it could be either one of them. It's going to be a toss-up for me. This is one of those Vegas bets where it's plus 110 versus minus 110.
Yeah.
But I'll put money on Onyx because I got to pick someone.
All right. Fair enough. I like that analogy there. I'm going to have to go with you on this one. I've been doing a little bit of homework on both of these guys, and really been impressed in what I've seen from Onyx Andretti. You talk about a brick crap house. That guy is a brick crap house and then some, and can move. Now both of these guys can move, and being there at International Incident, I just seen that ring shake when them guys were in there going pillar to post against each other.
Yes, sir.
That was something I was concerned for the ring. And then once they got out of the ring, I was concerned for the guardrails and the floor and
The fans.
yeah, and the fan. Oh, of course, number one, the fans on top, of course. But yeah, what a fight. The fans deserve a finish to this. Both of these guys want to finish this. So what better to do than UPW give the fans what they want? You want them to fight, they're going to fight. And me and my friend here think that Onyx Andretti is going to pull out with the victory.
Yes, sir.
So that was a few matches that we broke down. We're going to take a little break here. And when we come back from the break, we'll get it back together and we'll put some more matches in. But with no further ado, we have some other videos to show you, and we'll be right back, folks.
Jimmy Valiant, Boogie Woogie Man.
Legendary Boogie Woogie.
Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Hang on.
What are you doing around
What was that
here?
calling you, buddy?
This is
that
our
Jamie?
neighborhood.
You
This
done
is
made
a young
a
man's
mistake.
game.
You should be retired, Boogie.
Wait a minute, boys. Let me take a bite of my king dog.
You say King Dog?
King Dog?
Is that what he said? What? What happened?
Come on, boy.
Don't let hunger bully you. Get yourself a king dog and you too can become a super hunger fighter.
Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight. Onyx and Andretti, and that's all I hear is let them fight. So, on August 3rd, at UPW in Iron Mountain, Michigan, they're gonna let us fight. I'll see you in the ring.
Welcome back to UPW Uprising, the Summer Sizzler 2024 Adrenaline Pre-Show. What we just heard from Tully Bertarelli, wow. Wow.
That is one motivated big man who's ready to
Very.
take it to town.
A very motivated big man. That is going to knock the dust off of this place, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
But speaking of big motivated men, we are going to talk about 4 substantially big motivated men. Folks, we are getting into our next matchup, which is for the UPW Tag Team Championship. Ghetto Gear Solid will be taking on the Syndicate with Dev and Rick Cartier.
Just remember, this is Ghetto Gear Solid without Johnny Shane,
That is correct.
so they don't have that albatross around their neck anymore.
Yes, the walking link roller has been tossed
Yeah.
away. Man, Ghetto Gear, there's some big boys. They are ring technicians. They have held on to these championships for quite some time now. And now we have the not so undifferent bedfellows of Rick Cartier and the Dev. When I first heard that they were going to be teaming up, I thought it was going to be a train wreck right from the beginning. And it ended up turning into a huge, well-oiled machine. Just a monster. Like they're like a combine. Like I don't see anything stopping them. But with the veteran card that Ghetto Gear Solid has, I'm gonna have to stick with my boys from Milwaukee, and I think Ghetto Gear Solid's gonna walk away with those belts.
Yeah, Kaz and Rashawn, those guys have been together not only in UPW for a long while, but around the Midwest in other promotions. They've held titles everywhere, and they've held UPW's title for over a year. And like you said, those are two big men that know each other, and they're from the hood. Milwaukee is no place to mess around in. Now, Cartier's from the Detroit area, so that in and of itself is a scary place.
Yeah.
That is from the suburbs, so we'll put that to the side. But like we were talking about, Dev and Rick are big men. Dev's over 400, Rick's easily over 300. And then Kaz and Rashawn, also two big men. And they like throwing down. It's not going to be very dissimilar from what we talked about with Tully and Onyx. There is not going to be any drop kicks thrown. There is not going to be any high-flying moves. So
no monkey flips, no 450s.
None of that. So it's just going to be, who's going to be the one to catch the other one and be able to pin him for 1, 2, 3. I also am a fan of Get Up Here Solid. They've been successful this long. I think they'll turn back the Syndicate, or at least this version of the Syndicate.
Yeah, definitely looks like there's an earthquake and an implosion happening with the Syndicate. We'll see how this one goes, but we both agree the Killers from Milwaukee will remain UPW Tag Team Champions after this matchup. Definitely the ring crew's going to have their hands full tonight. They're going to want to make sure that everything's tight, everything's triple, quadruple enforced.
Shout out to Leon. Leon, you better be on your A game.
You're gonna have your work. You're gonna have your work cut out for you tonight, brother. That's for sure. Folks, do not miss that one. Once again, if you have not gotten your tickets can be purchased at upwrising.com or just come to the Max right at the door. You can get your tickets right at the door, no problem. We're here to serve. We are here to serve up action and fights and slapping meat, as the UPW champion Samson likes to say. Come see us at the show tonight, folks. You do not want to miss it. The main reason why you do not want to miss it is our next matchup we're going to be breaking down. Everybody has been talking about it in UPW. Everybody's been talking about it on social media. We have Samoan Dynasty member Zilla Fatu taking on UPW's American champion Jay Sin. Now, we could break this down for a good long while, but before we break it down, we caught up with Jay Sin, and he had some words for Zilla Fatu regarding this matchup they're about to have. And I can't say it any better than the champ himself, so with no further ado, let's cut it to Syndicate leader and American champion, Jay Sin.
Story time about smoke. WWE, the Holy Grail. The first time I work Extra Talent, I get a chance to dance, I assume, with Umaga. But Johnny Ace tells me, kids, y'all look too much alike. The match gets pulled from me. I get to do Extra Talent. That story's over. This story begins. Let's just say we're two ships passing in the night. We pass by. Two different directions. One's headed to the dock to be put out to pasture. That's me. You're headed to the destiny, to the greatness, to the promised land. We know where you're going. We know what you represent. We know what you're going to do and how good you're going to be at doing it. The point to my story is to leave paint on you. So when you get there, you never forget who I am and what I do. Because what I do is this too. My blood is this line of this business. It's just not yours. August 3rd, Iron Mountain, Michigan, you're special to me. I'm the American champion, and I'm leaving that way too. So, Zilla Fatu, Godzilla, meet King Kong, because I'm the mother coming for you.
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evanston, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. They don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us, Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us.
Wow, welcome back to Uprising, folks. A very powerful, strong, stern message from Jason to Zilla Fatu. Whether if you like him or hate him, Jason, he does got the gift of gab. He knows how to captivate and grab your attention. And I think he most definitely grabbed the attention of Zilla Fatu with that one. If we hear anything from Zilla, we will definitely make sure to bring that to you. Vito, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, going back to Sin's promotional video. Yeah, he definitely sees this as a crossing of paths. He recognizes that he's the grizzled vet and that Zilla's the young up-and-comer that has a tremendous lineage with the Samoan dynasty. He sees it as an opportunity, as he called it, to put paint on him, to let him recognize this is Zilla. Let Zilla recognize that he's been in a match with a veteran and that he's not just going to ride his name up to the big Fed, and that he has to pay attention. I think we're going to see Sin at his finest. I think we talked about motivation. I think he's motivated to show his skill, to show his talent, and to give Zilla a run for his money. That might be easier said than done, but Sin is also protecting a title that he's held for upwards of a year.
Right.
And he doesn't want that to get out from under his thumb. He wants to keep that around his waist, and I think he's going to fight tooth and nail against Zilla. I don't know a lot about Zilla, but we all know about his family, the Fatus, the Anois, the Samoan dynasty. And if he's anything like what we see from the others, he's going to be a challenge. This guy's going to be taking it to Sin. He wants another title. He just won a title this past weekend up in New York for Hog Championship Wrestling. He wants another one around his waist.
Right.
And he's being seen all over the Midwest. He's got shows coming up in Chicago and in Wisconsin, Cleveland, and then out east in Philly and Newark, etc. So this guy is capitalizing on his name and his talent. And Sin's got to be sure to strap it in, because I think this is going to be the first match with UPW that he's going to be challenged. I've never thought Sin as an underdog, but I see him as an underdog today. But I'm going with my boy. I'm going with Jason.
Right, absolutely 100% true. I too, even though it's my differences with the syndicate and what they've done to UPW, just the time that I've been here, Jason has held it down for the syndicate for a long time, and it almost is a representation. It's as if UPW is going up against the big machine here in this matchup, and Sin is definitely putting it down, saying you're not using me as a stepping stone to elevate yourself. You want to come and dance with me, you might elevate yourself, but you're not walking away from that unscathed. I like what you said. He's going to definitely know he was in the ring with a veteran, and man, just the thought of what we're about to witness here, it's going to be tooth and nail. Zilla Fatu has a lot to prove. He's got a lot of momentum going into this. He's becoming a bit of a collector, in other independent federations. And does he walk away with UPW's American Championship tonight? A lot would say yeah, but I'm gonna have to stick with our home dog, and I'm going with Jason on that one.
I got a couple other thoughts. First off, having Fatu in UPW is
amazing.
Great for UPW, because we know this guy's going places, and we're going to be able to say he was in our ring at some point in the future.
Right.
So really dig that we were able to land him and have and Fatu come to the UPW arena. Back to Sin for a sec. If we talk about the syndicate, it's no surprise that the first syllable of syndicate is Sin, because without Sin there would be no syndicate.
Absolutely.
And he's not only going to be in there representing UPW, but he's going to be representing his stable, the syndicate. So this dude is motivated, and he wants to make sure that not only does Fatu know he was in a fight, but that the fans and the other talent in the locker room see him as representative of UPW, and that he takes that, puts him on his back, and he's ready to go to town for that, so that in the future we know that Sin is the man in UPW. Samson might have something to say about that, but Sin's right up there.
Right, he does have a big plate in front of him, and Sin is a big boy, and I know he's always hungry, and I know he can take down that plate with no problem whatsoever.
Yes, sir.
But you're right, he's got not only the big target on his back with this championship, but with the pressure of putting UPW up on that pedestal and knocking out the big machine and saying, just because you're going to the big machine doesn't mean that these boys here in what you consider a small pond, we're not small fish in a small pond, we're big fish in a small pond. And there's a lot of us here. And the strength and the passion that the fans have for UPW, as well as all of the competitors in that locker room, there's going to be a lot of people in that locker room that have disagreements with Jason that are going to be a syndicate fan that night.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, I'm going to be one of them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is such an amazing opportunity for us as a federation, UPW. Now this opens many opportunities. Like you said, we could put that he's been in our ring, and we've had Simone Dynasty member grace UPW with their presence, and that might send out a message to others that are looking to make their way up. And we're going to make it known that before you get to the big dance, you have to walk through UPW's door to get there.
Love that.
We're not the top of the ladder. We're the top of the ladder as far as indies. But when it comes to the big machine, you got to step here first, then you get to go up. And that's just how I feel. Those are my thoughts. I love this place. And regardless, when the smoke settles, I still see our boy holding that gold up above his head, letting Zilla know, you tried. You almost got the job done. But it was age over youth that won it in the long run.
Fans are going to blow up our socials, because this is going to wow the crowd and everyone in that arena.
Absolutely, absolutely. Folks, do not miss this one. Tickets are still available at the door at the Max, UPWUprising.com. And folks, get your tickets. Get a seat here tonight. Please do not miss this one. But we have some other things to get into before we get into our I guess you would say our main event matchup with our UPW heavyweight champion. We put out the challenge. There was this masked man that put out a video, and we need to dig in and figure out who this masked person is and what their intentions are and what is Samson going to do about it.
We'll be right back.
Right after this.
Oh, Samson, be careful what you wish for. Samson, we accept your challenge for Summer Sizzler. We will see you August 3rd.
say.
I don't know what to say either. That whoever that is, as creepy as that was, whoever that is, definitely has a bone to pick with our UPW heavyweight champion in Samson.
And if I'm that dude, you better have something to back it up, because Samson's good at taking a bone and chewing on it.
Right. That's a big beefy boy, and they better bring company, or an equalizer, as my grandfather used to say. If you can't beat the guy because he's too big, you better bring an equalizer.
Iron.
They're gonna need something. We will get you more info as we find out on who this masked person is, what their intentions are here in UPW, and more than that.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy's going to be showing up at the Max on Saturday.
Yeah, we don't. And the only way that you guys can find out is by being there live. Get your tickets, UPWUprising.com. Folks, this has been one hell of a show. We also have some other great UPW stars that are on the card. We have Brian Skyline and June Hato making his UPW debut. We also have referee Jana Pride, referee Jason Williams. Folks, it's going to be an excellent show. Do not miss it. It's been so much fun doing this with you. Vito, always a pleasure.
Love you, brother.
Folks, I'm Jesse Weaver, UPW Hall of Famer, Vito Guido. Summer Sizzler 2024 Adrenaline is about to happen in a few moments. Let's get to it. Folks, it's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Take care of each other. Love one another. From UPW, peace out.
See you at the matches.